day of skating. I am smelling a bit. Guess I should probably get in the shower before old Marty gets home. Let's go and take these bad boys off. Oh, perfect! And what am I supposed to do about my favorite generic Walmart socks that anybody would be able to buy at their local Walmart? Well, I guess we all know what I gotta do now. Go out and spend about $60 rather than the $12 that I would be paying on another pair of socks. On a brand new pair of liners. Let's go ahead and ask the question, what are liners? What do they do in your skate? Why do you even need them? Liners. We're doing liners. Getting down to business, you gotta ask the question, what is a liner? The easiest way to describe it would be, it's the part between the hard parts of your skates and your foot. It's basically a really, really thick second sock. The purpose of a liner is to be able to keep your foot in place, stay really padded, and to overall make your skates comfortable enough to actually keep skating in. Now, over the years there's been a few innovations in liners, but not quite as many as you would think. It usually has something to do with the thickness of the padding, or maybe adding a couple of loops to it to be able to lace through the liner and the skate. But overall, there hasn't really been that much of a change in what liners do. Of course, there were liners that did come out with certain gimmicks, as in you'd be able to pump them up like shoes, or that they'd even look like shoes. Really, all we ever wanted in a liner is something that works, is functional, and that isn't going to cost too much to break the bank just to have some comfort in your skate. Well, what's inside a liner, Guamtek? It's a bunch of padding, foam, or something. It's probably really itchy. And then it's covered with other padding, cotton. Now, my preference in liners over the years has usually gone towards the bigger, thicker, higher top liners that would go almost all the way up to your knees. I always seem to pick skates that ran like a half size bigger than what I'm used to, so I always had to get a liner that was a lot thicker so that my foot wouldn't move around inside the skate. It's safe to say that my liner preferences have kind of followed my pant preferences. I used to love my pants being really thick and, bulky jeans. They always felt a bit too big, clunky, and loose. But nowadays, I've decided to slim down and get a lot more of a snug fit, baby. Yeah! But everybody knows that it doesn't matter how great your product is. Your advertisements are edgy and extreme. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of those advertisements, shall we? Hello. Today we're going to be looking at an art piece that was used as an advertisement for rain footwear. This came out in the early 2000s to advertise for a company that sold liners and footwear. If you look closely, the first thing that you'll notice is the man standing close to the center of the page. He's holding flammable liquids, and he's obviously in a punkish style. He has a very don't mess with me attitude, and also some pretty fresh kicks, if I do say so myself. The second thing that you'll notice is that there's a person underneath his foot. This person appears to be a child. He also appears to be into horrible music and skateboarding. As a parent of the time, one must ask, is this the thing that you would want to be selling to your children? Is this the thing that makes you think, I want a comfortable pair of liners, and this is the person to sell it to me? If you look closer into the foreground, you'll also notice that there seemed to be a pair of shoes on fire, most likely of the skateboarding origin. One might also notice that there are two different fonts used in this advertisement. Why wouldn't you just use one rain icon in this? You'll use a lot more ink having to print rain twice. Well, that was educational. Let's get back on topic though. So since I ended up getting my USD Ions, I've just been rocking the MyFit liners that came in them. More of a medium-sized liner. They're not quite as thick as the ones that I used to use back in the day, but they're not so thin that I'm getting a lot of pressure points or anything in my skate. I just feel like I might be able to have a little bit more padding in it and maybe just help my feet stay in place a little bit better. So to be able to get that out of my skate, I'm going to be looking for a liner that's going to be a little bit more padded, maybe a little higher up on the ankle, but I still want a nice little V cut in the back, and I still want to make sure that it's actually going to fit my foot. So I think it's time we go ahead and get to ordering those. Oh, God! I put too much into that one! Well, looks like that worked out. Okay, well, that does it for part 1 of the liner review, retrospective, look back, anyway, next week, I'm going to be releasing the second part of this review / whatever the heck I just said. So, you can look forward to that 1 week from now. I'll be actually doing a review of the liners that I got, which are the Seba Balance liners. So see you then.